Hi, I'm Ryan Steidinger, CEO here at PCE, and today I'm full of some hot air, but not the kind you're used to. Today I'm going to talk about the SeeDevil 700W LED inflatable balloon light. Now this video, we're going to show you how you set it up step by step, and then how we pack it away in the packaging. So let's get into it. So we'll begin, you have two cases. You have the head bag and you have the tripod stand bag. So we're gonna start by opening the tripod stand bag. Pretty simple, any traditional bag. You find the end that the zipper's on. You have to open the two clasps, make sure the handle is not Velcroed. Unzip the whole thing. And we'll see inside is our tripod stand. Now, we want to start by taking out the top edge, and it is a little difficult. There we go. That comes out. And we'll take the tripod stand out. Now you'll notice it comes fully closed, Velcroed shut, and the locks are on the raising mechanism, and the handle's also folded in. So we're gonna start by setting up the tripod. So I'm gonna first take my bag, move it aside. We're gonna remove the Velcro strap on the bottom. We're gonna make sure that the lock on the tripod is undone. And then we can simply stand it up, just like that. Now, next thing I'm going to do before I get into the head is I'm going to make sure that these two locks are unlocked, because we're going to go ahead and extend this on a little bit, and I just want to be ready to go for that. We're also going to pull the handle knob up and pull it back over. So it pulls out and stows in the vertical position for transpo and comes down horizontal when you're ready to use it. Now, in this particular case, I'm set on level ground, but maybe you're in a little bit of an unstable area. You do have the ability to level one of the legs. You pull this pin, we'll set my foot here, not putting a lot of pressure, but just enough so that I can basically undo it. And then you can let the pin go in. There's multiple little holes in here that'll set into that space. So if it is a little bit of an unstable and unlevel ground, you can go ahead and do that, and it'll get you level. In this case, we're already level, so we're good to go. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to the bag for the head. Now we're going to go ahead and untie this. There's a couple of clasps, actually just one clasp, and there is Velcro and a zipper on this side. So we're going to go ahead and undo that. We're going to open this up so that we can see the head in all its glory. Now you'll notice you'll have your cable will be rip-tied. You've got the LED head, and you have the bag. Now you need to be careful. This is the balloon envelope, the balloon bag. So you need to be careful as to not get this dirty or rip it or anything else. It does just ride on the side, but you do need to be careful again when stowing it. So we'll go ahead and place that right here on our Aguilar base cab, because we do backline in case you need that. We're gonna come back over here to the head, and I'm gonna go ahead and before I go ahead and remove anything, it's already sitting on the top here. I'm gonna pull the pin. I'm gonna make sure both of these nuts are backed out. I can see right down the shaft to make sure that I can go ahead and get it up on top of the tripod stand pretty cleanly. So I'm gonna pull this out of the bag to begin with, just to make sure we're not caught on anything. And again, I can make this bag go away now. So again, pin is pulled, safety is clear, cable is just hanging there. I'm gonna grab it by the cage and I'm gonna turn it around. And I'm just gonna put it right up on top. Just like that. So now the next thing I do is I have the hole here. I need to rotate this around until I find the corresponding hole in the tripod stand. And you put the safety locking pin in. Then once I've done that, I want to tighten down both of the set screws here to make sure that it's in there firmly. Don't need to over tighten it, just going to keep it from rotating around. I want to keep it from bobbling in the wind. Now, I'm going to take my power cable here and just undo that so it's kind of out of our way. And I'm going to move that aside. I'm actually going to go ahead and power this up at the moment because I want to verify and make sure that the head is working before I go ahead and put the bag envelope on. So again, we'll just take this. There is an off switch on the unit. We'll make sure that is in the off position. Plug it in. And then we're gonna go ahead and we have the on-off switch on the bottom. We're gonna make sure we're looking down because it is awful bright. We're gonna turn it on. Comes on, hear the fan. Now I'm gonna turn it off. There we go. So now we know that it's working and lights come on in all the positions. So I do have a little handy step ladder with me. It is good to have a little handy step ladder or something that you can get on when you're ready to put the envelope on the top. And you'll need the safety cable at this time as well. Now the safety cable isn't necessary to attach to this tripod stand, but we put it on this envelope just in case something was to come off, it was to blow off, maybe you were maintaining it or doing something. We want to keep that from going anywhere. Additionally, if you were hanging this on a C-clamp or something from a grid, you would use the safety cable in that stance, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and climb the ladder here. Now, the envelope has Velcro and a little zipper. We want to make sure the zipper is undone all the way and the Velcro is undone. And we literally just slip it right up over the top. And again, taking care to make sure that we are not ripping anything on the way down. And it does tend to get stuck occasionally. Then I will grab the back of the Velcro, and right around the base of the head is a Velcro fuzzy strip to attach the hook to. So we're attaching the hook to the loop. I'm just working my way around easy here. As I get to the front, right here, I can go ahead and get off the ladder. So now I have a little bit more working room again. So as we can see, we're gonna go ahead and just take this Velcro and we're gonna come over. Before we do that, we wanna put the safety cable through it. Now, we don't wanna put it through these air holes. We wanna put it through the hole in the actual base right there. Again, just gonna give us that extra safety in case something was to get a little windy. Get away from us. Put it in. Now I'm gonna go ahead and zip up the head. We're ready to use it. So let's go ahead and fire it up. The head will go ahead and inflate there. And now we're full of hot air. So, I do have a knob on the bottom of the head, which allows me to dial in how much intensity I want. Now, currently, we set it max, so I can go down to 3/4, half, and 1/4. And that's sitting at that, and I'm gonna leave it at that level for the moment, so it's a little easier for us to work with. I'd recommend you doing the same. Now, the next thing, this is basically ready to use. If you wanted to use it at this height, you're welcome to. Otherwise, we're gonna go ahead and move our cable out of the way, and we can go ahead and crank this thing up. Now, you'll crank it to the desired height. The stand can go 12 feet high, so you can find any point in there that you wanna use it. Well, let's just say, right there is my desired height. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop. I'll make sure the handle's in the down position, put my power cable back, and I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna tighten down this lock. Lock is in place. I'm gonna tighten down the other lock, just to make sure that it's good to go. Okay? And I'm gonna put my handle vertical again, so I'm just in a stowed position, ready for the event. I might also wanna tape up the power cable, to kind of dress it up a little bit based on what your event, your application. And there it is. And that's it, it's that simple, it's ready to go and it's done. So now at this point, I'm gonna walk you through the disassembly of it. If you watch the assembly, the disassembly is very similar, it's just in reverse. There's just a few other steps we have to be mindful of as we're pulling this apart. So, first thing I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna unlock all of the locks. Making sure that those are loose and unlocked, I'm now ready to unstow the handle, pull my power cable away, and crank the unit down. Now, you'll notice it'll get to a point and it will stop turning. We're gonna see that here momentarily. And there we go. So I'm gonna go ahead right now, I'm gonna stow the handle because I know we're packing this up to put it away. I'm gonna set my locks because it is all the way down and I wanna make sure that that is ready to go for storage. I'm gonna turn my overhead light off here. So now that that is out of my eyes, the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come across and I'm just gonna unvelcro this, undo my zipper of the bag, and I'm gonna pull my safety cable. And I do that while I'm on the ground because it's at eye level and I don't wanna forget when I get onto the ladder to take this off. Okay, the next step I'm gonna do is I'm gonna undo the Velcro while, again, I'm on the ground, taking care to make sure that, it's not attached and it's hanging at a good position. Now I'm gonna go ahead and grab my ladder, which we had out before. And again, I'm just gonna place that next to it so I can climb up and carefully take the bag off the top. Now again, the Velcro may get snagged, but it is a little better having it all attached. That one really got snagged that time. And there we go. The bag is off, and you can see the open head. I'm gonna put my bag in a safe place, and I'm just gonna do a really basic fold job, just trying to sort of gather it together, kind of make it a little smaller. Excuse the noise on the mic there, it's awful loud. We'll put that down here, just like so. And we're gonna come back to that when it's ready to go ahead and bag the head. Now the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and untighten my thumb screws, my tighten knobs here, to keep that, the wind and the bobble again out of the head. We're just gonna undo those. And then we're gonna go ahead and pull our pin. Now once the pin is out, now it's ready to go ahead and remove. We remember from putting it up, it is a little heavy. Now, before I take it off, I do wanna go ahead and manage my cable, so I'm gonna go ahead and unplug that right now, and I'm just gonna make sure that it's free and clear of the tripod. We don't wanna have any issues with the tripod and the cable. We're gonna go ahead, take the head right off the top. Grab it from the bottom, pick it straight up, move it over, and reverse it down. So now I'm ready to bag this. You want to start with the bag on the ground. That is the best way to get this done. And I'm just going to grab the head and I'm going to place it carefully and gently into the bag, making sure that the attachment point is facing up, okay? It needs to face up so the unit sits flat. When we stand it up, it should look like this, okay? Now, I'm gonna go ahead and coil my cable briefly, that I should have already done, which I haven't, but that's okay. So now that we've coiled the cable, we'll go ahead and use the provided rib tie here to tie it up. And we're gonna go ahead and place this inside the bag. Again, make sure you leave enough length before you tie it up that you can get that in there. And again, you need to be mindful of the draw tab that needs to be out of the way. We'll go ahead and put this down, hanging on the backside and the outside of the frame of the head. Then on the opposite side, we're gonna go ahead and grab our envelope. But again, we're just gonna check that it's folded nicely, reasonably nicely. We don't wanna wad it up in there as best we can. And then we're gonna move this to the other side, and we're gonna carefully place it down along the other side away from the cable. And again, we just wanna make sure that we're not gonna snag it on any of the metal or the safety. We'll move the safety out of the way, just so that it can ride safely and carefully in there without getting damaged. Now we're ready to go ahead and close up the case, the bag here. So we'll go ahead and zip it on up. Okay, we'll use the clasp up here to tie the top, or to pull the top together, and then we'll pull the drawstring. We'll place the drawstring inside the bag there, just make sure it's not flopping around for us. And now we're ready to transport this. Again, take care when moving it around because it is heavy and we don't want to damage the head in any way. And now onto the tripod to stow it. Again, if your tripod is unlevel, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to re-level that tripod so you're getting ready to stow it away. Now remember, we've already locked the top of this guy up and we've already stowed the handle. So basically at this point, if you're level like I am now, you can go ahead and put a foot or hand underneath the cross member there, and we're going to lean it up and we're going to pull that up toward us a little bit. And then we will stand up on one leg and close the tripod, just like any other speaker stand or other tripod device that you're used to already using. Now I'm going to go down to the bottom here, being careful to maintain hold on this. It is a little heavy, and we're going to go ahead and get the Velcro tie all squared away here. So I'm going to put it through the loop, pull it tight, attach it to itself, and that'll just keep the legs from flopping around or having any issues. Now I'm gonna go ahead and place this on the ground, and I'm gonna go grab the bag. Now we'll wanna make sure that the handle is up so you don't bend the handle in any way. Now I'm gonna lay the bag down And again, I just want to take a quick visual to make sure that everything is in good shape, and it does appear to be. I don't see that anything is damaged. The tripod does appear to be collapsed 100%, so we do need to make sure that it is done or it will not fit in the bag. It is an extremely tight fit, so we need to be careful. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to place the base of the tripod in the bag. Now, this may seem logical, but it is counterintuitive, and you'd be surprised how often people struggle with this point. We're going to put it in there. Now we're going to stand the whole unit upright. So now that we know that the unit is all the way at the base, we're going to go ahead and make sure that it's inside, and the top should be sticking out just slightly. We're going to hold the bag, hold the extra out, and sneak that right in the top. And we'll grab our zipper. And go ahead and zip that all the way down. And I'm going to lay it back flat so I don't hurt myself or the stand in any way. I'll hit the clips just to help hold everything together where it belongs. And just like that, the tripod is now ready to go. Thanks for watching the tutorial video how these things go together and come apart. Again, I'm Ryan Steidinger, CEO here at PCE. We're a rental and sales and production house here. If you're interested in getting more information on this product, you want to rent this product, or you're interested in it for your next event, please reach out to us, hit us up in the comments, like us, subscribe, and hit that little bell notification button so you all can get notified when we produce cool content. All right, thanks so much. We'll see you next time.